Alright, so as today we don't really have news, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about a bunch of things that are gonna be fixed in 2.2, a bunch of really hype things that we have struggled with in 2.1 that are gonna be fully fixed in 2.2. So the first thing is probably gonna be the most hype thing for the mobile players, and it's that Geometry Dash does not function on mobile. In case you guys play on Steam, you guys are not gonna know what the heck is happening, but Geometry Dash currently does not work on iOS 17. Which I believe is the latest update for iOS, and people that currently have Geometry Dash on mobile, they just cannot play it. Imagine buying the game and then not being able to play it. This is something that is definitely going to be fixed in 2.2. So once that is released, the people that, wow, okay, I did 97, why? The people that have been playing on mobile that are finally going to be able to open the game and everything is going to feel normal for them as well. Now, another thing that is also going to be fixed is I'm just going to be showcasing this in my silent toilet video level, that I built on my main channel just recently, so watch that video if you haven't already. And the bug is that sometimes the wave trail, especially on phone, has this like weird glitching effect. I'm going to show you how it's going to look. Let me just wait for the wave part. It's coming up in 3, 2, 1, boom. So you see how the wave is pretty much normal in here. However, when I played on mobile, I have seen that when you are like waving, basically you see this weird thing, and on mobile sometimes it gets crazier and crazier. You see something like that. So basically the wave trail is going to be fixed in 2.2 for mobile players, which I think is really exciting because when I played on mobile, I felt something like this also always happens. It's really annoying, and the wave trail is just so inconsistent on mobile. So that is definitely going to be fixed. RobTub has mentioned that quite a while ago now, and I'm really excited for that. Now, another very important thing that is going to be fixed is actually regarding the amount of FPS the game runs on. In case you guys don't know, the game right now runs on whatever hertz your monitor is set to. For example, if you go into graphics advanced, we can see there's vertical sync, and if you enable that, that is going to basically lock the FPS depending on your screen, your monitor. Look at this. So right now, if you can see Mega Hack in here, I am playing on 240 FPS. I can change this to 60, and some of you may know that some levels are only possible on 60 FPS, and this is because people that play on mobile have 60 FPS, and when they upload a level, they maybe have like a jump that they did on 60 FPS. That's possible, but when we play it, the PC players, they usually play on 75, 144 or 240, maybe 360 hertz, and sometimes these jumps are not possible for us because we have a different hertz than the players that played the level and built that one specific jump that is impossible for the PC players. So that is something that is definitely going to be fixed, and the reason why this happens in the first place is because the game has two FPS values. The first one is for like visuals and stuff, and the second one is for physics. And in 2.1, in the current update of Geometry Dash, hopefully by the time this video goes on, this statement is no longer valid. But yeah, in 2.1, the physics as well as the visuals FPS is locked to how much FPS you have on your monitor. There are mods like Mega Hack that can change that. You can input here whatever you want. This one is like the physics, and the one above is the visuals basically. And so when the physics are pretty much random for everybody that uploads a level, I can see why this gets really controversial and leads to huge problems as we've seen so far. I mean, there are countless levels on the recent tab, for example, that are only possible on 60 hertz because people play a lot on mobile, and yeah, we can't play these levels or complete them because, you know, we are playing on a higher refresh rate. However, also auto levels. There are a lot of auto levels that just can't be completed, like really old ones, for example. These ones that were basically like the player is playing and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people die in there, and I have also died in there a lot because they were made probably on 60 hertz. And 2.2 is going to basically lock the physics FPS at 240 for everyone. So if you are playing on mobile and you have 60 hertz, it's gonna stay at 240 if you upload a level, or if you like play the game, it's always gonna be 240, which I think is an amazing change. I think something like this should have already been there since 1.0. So this way, you see, look at this. I just glitched through here because I did not touch this pad, and now I have no clip on, which is why I haven't died yet. But yeah, you can see why this is a huge problem, and 2.2 is gonna fix that you can still have the FPS counter, the visual FPS counter basically at whatever you want. You can leave it at 60, 144, you can leave it at 999, which RobTop has done countless times on his streams and also videos that he shared with us. So I think after 2.2, levels are going to be way more consistent because the physics are going to be basically all the same on every single platform, which I'm really excited for. And many people say that we should rather lock the FPS, the physics FPS at 360 rather than 240 in 2.2, but I'm not really that much into the demon list, you know, grinding top ones and stuff like that. So I'm not really an expert on that topic, so I can't really comment on it, but I can slightly see why this is like a huge issue when you are playing these very hard levels. And 2.2 is gonna fix that, which is why I'm also really excited for that. I mean, finally newer players are gonna feel the same as the mobile players, and also everybody is gonna feel exactly the same as previously. However, people say that this may lead to a bunch of issues, but I'm not gonna comment on that because I'm not an expert. If you guys think I'm saying something that's you think is wrong, because obviously I'm not perfect, nobody is perfect, but if you think I'm saying something that doesn't really make a lot of sense, you can just tell me in the comments because I'm not really that educated on that topic. I'm just gonna put it out there. And yeah, that's it for the FPS counter. Another thing that's gonna be fixed in 2.2 is these chests sometimes have like a delay of like 11 days or something. Some very few people had this issue where we have to wait like 11 days in order to be able to open a chest. Or these chests, you can like click on them and nothing happens. And RobTop said that this is definitely gonna be fixed for 2.2. I never experienced this myself, but I can see why people, if somebody has this issue, then it's definitely reasonable to fix it for everyone. And also I have seen that on PC, you can type here up to 6 or 7 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. That's it. You can only type 7. But on phone, you can only type 6. And this is going to be fixed in 2.2. In 2.2, you are going to be able to type 7 digits as well, which is also very reasonable and exciting for the mobile players. I personally play on Steam, so I can't really comment on how exciting that is for you guys, even though I can actually. Okay, never mind. And this is going to be important for the creators. As you may have or may have not known, the rotate trigger sometimes works a little bit weirdly, and it's optimized in 2.2 and it has a lot of more options, and it works really smoothly. I think you can also input digits in here, but I'm not that sure about that. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see. And there's a very few amount of people that experience this bug where this monster is just locked in there or something, like the gates are closed and nothing happens, or if you click here the game crashes. This is going to be fixed in 2.2. I have no idea what exactly the issue is, but I have heard a lot of people talk about it, and in case some of you guys are experiencing that, yes, this is going to be fixed in 2.2. And also, if you have commented on a level that has been deleted, in 2.2 you are still going to be able to delete that comment. So that's something that is not currently doable in 2.1, but in 2.2 it's going to be doable. And also, some of you guys may experience, actually I think this is very common, where for example, if you have like a straight fly section and if you use the garbage game mode, that you can then go to practice mode and then you can basically beat it like that. It's basically possible in practice mode, but not in normal mode because the checkpoints are very weird in 2.1 unless you have mega hack. So basically it doesn't like save your momentum, so you can basically kind of squeeze in there because every time a new checkpoint is reached, the momentum is reset. As you can see now, I'm like basically just straight flying with the garbage game mode, which, you know, to my surprise is nothing new. I mean, yeah, UFO is just garbage, and you see why. I mean, something like this with the wave is pretty easy, with the ship pretty easy peasy. Actually, I'm gonna go to the ship. I think that would be kind of fun. I know this is nothing news related, but I just want to do it. Let's see, is that even possible? Yeah, mini ship could be definitely possible. Let me do mini ship. I'm gonna show you guys my skills in this news video, or not really news, but yeah, I did it. Nice. You guys have to slap that sub button. Okay, I'm just gonna continue and move on. You should still subscribe though, I'm not gonna lie. So the next thing that is gonna be fixed in 2.2 is that the Samsung is not on full screen or something. I don't really know. And another thing that's gonna be not really fixed, but this is like something that's pretty cool, and is that if you play levels like what, they are gonna crash your game. But in 2.2 this is working totally fine without like this 4 GB patch or whatever. So yeah, a lot of levels are really huge and you can't really play them, but this is fixed in 2.2, and overall the game is gonna run way smoother. There are a lot of optimizations with the move trigger and stuff like that, so a lot of levels are gonna feel really really smooth. And I think this is it. This is like everything that I have collected for this video. So yeah, if you haven't already, like and also watch my latest video on the main channel, you can just click on the screen right now and also watch it until the end because the ending was pretty cool. And I will see you guys in the next video. And I'm probably going to be streaming right now, so make sure to also join me at Twitch and something. Probably going to be in the pinned comments. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.